Hey guys, welcome back to Clownfish TV. This is Neon. I am here with Geeky Sparkles.
Hello.
It's time for a post-mortem on The Little Mermaid.
Yes.
Memorial Day weekend has come and gone, and as expected, the movie bombed hard in China.
Yeah, I don't think anybody's surprised about that.
Nobody's surprised about that. Then we're going to talk about the domestic numbers. They actually came in, like, I know everybody's, claiming this is a massive, massive win, but they actually did come in under what was initially projected. Originally, it was going to be 120 to 135 million.
I heard 110 to 130, so it kind of falls in there. But going up, and now it's like, nah.
Yeah, so it settled in. They said around 120. They kind of, settled down. But at one point in time, they were talking like 130.
I know. I made that joke in an article, yeah.
Next weekend, but definitely dead on arrival in China.
Bad in China, like really bad in China. And this is going to be interesting for Disney because Disney, Fast X is doing really, really good in China, but Little Mermaid did really, really bad. I guess like their worst Disney movie ever for release.
Yeah, people
right.
Ariel.
No, to be fair, China tends to run a little bit racist-y.
Yeah,
I mean, I don't like. I hate everybody using that. Well, you're racist. I mean, China might be the one time you're allowed to say that, and it's probably accurate.
China is not terribly fond of dark-skinned persons in movies. Let's just put it that way. That has been proven kind of time and time again. But I guess Black
Panther still did. It didn't do great, but it did better than Little Mermaid.
Yeah, and look, it's a combination of things. It's not just a lot harder than the Disney stuff.
Well, even like Mulan, okay?
Yeah.
They actually got a committee from China. They made changes like the kiss scene they took out and everything else to appeal to Chinese audiences.
Yeah.
Then the movie came out and it did bad. And this still did worse than that.
Yeah.
Okay? And that was what the media over there being allegedly told they weren't supposed to cover it and all kinds of stuff for the Mulan. Little Mermaid still did worse than that.
Yeah, it's pretty bad. We're going to talk about this. Not a surprise this weekend. It's going to, just because, hey, Little Mermaid, family-friendly, first family-friendly movie since, like, Mario.
And this is no commentary on the movie.
Right, that's a whole nother set of videos you can go find. Anyway, we're going to talk about this. Before we get to any further, please subscribe for more pop culture news, views, and rants. You'll get a woohoo if you do.
Woohoo!
I am back for this video. I sat the other Mermaid video out. I gotta tell you, I am so damn sick.
I'll be glad we don't have to talk about it anymore.
I'm so tired of this movie. I'm so tired. I'm so tired of talking about Disney in general. Like, the path forward is there. It's obvious to everybody. Galactic Star Cruiser, prime example of what we're talking about here. Releasing this movie in China. Yeah,
and the thing is, it did under 3 million, guys. It was like
2.63 million.
2.63 million, okay? It probably cost them more than that to advertise and bring the movie over. At this point, like, no pun intended, it's underwater, in China, because I'm sure it cost them more than that.
Yeah, so, to put that in perspective, there are people that have done comic book crowdfunders that have made more money than that. Individuals, right? I mean, that's bad, but what are you going to do? It's Disney's worst opening in China.
Right now, this isn't the first week even. Fast X, 113 million. Avatar: The Way of Water was 235.4 million overall in China. But now, remember, we talked about this the other day. They were saying that the pre-sales are about 13,000.
Yeah.
The opening day hit 550,000.
Yeah. So, this is the thing, though. Disney has, historically for the last 10 years, and that's a Bob Iger thing. They basically changed their entire business model to cater to China. Chinese theme parks, making sure the movies, were kosher by the CCP's standards, taking scenes out or having scenes that were easily removable, and just it didn't pay off at all. It's not paying off for them at all. And again, I think what happened was China basically learned from Disney how to make blockbusters that their people will like, and then they just basically lifted that model from Disney and they did it themselves. And they just had a Little Mermaid movie out, I guess, in 2016. It looked kind of ridiculous, but that's for that audience, and they liked it, and it made money. So
yeah, it actually did make money. So there you go. It did beat Aladdin. Yeah. Aladdin did 113 million. This one did it with 117.5. So not by much. If you adjust for inflation, Aladdin's bigger, but that it is what it is. Not adjusted for inflation.
Yeah. So is the star of Aladdin? I forget his name off the top of my head, but
was it Mina Massoud or something?
Yeah, he did Aladdin and nothing else after that, really. But was he right? Because a lot of people were dunking. They're like, "How dare you, you bigot, racist?"
We don't really know yet, though. To be fair, because it's going to be interesting. Because it could have legs and just keep going and going and going to start out slow and pick up. I mean, Avatar started out slow and then it picked up.
Avatar was weird. Yeah, Avatar, I'll be honest, that was one case where I was wrong. I was very wrong in that. I did not think it was going to do nearly as well as the original.
I thought it would do the $1 billion, but I didn't think it was going to do what it did.
No, and once it hit the overseas market, it just kind of blew up.
Yeah, well, this one, Little Mermaid in the overseas market, did shit. Like, it was only like 68 million over in 51 markets, 68.1 million in 51 markets. Now, they count theirs 3-day because it's not a holiday for them.
Yeah.
If you do 3-day, the global take is 163.5. If you do 4-day, depending on where it ends up for the 117 to 120, can be like 185 to 189 million. But it's not as big as other ones when you look at the global box office and the play. Aladdin beats it.
Now, if you're just talking the 3-day weekend, which they used to talk 3-day weekend. It used to be Memorial Day weekend. Like, I love how now they're like, oh, a weekend is 5 days.
Yeah, I know,
and
right?
it used to be Memorial Day weekend was a 3-day weekend. It was Saturday, Sunday, Monday. That's what they used to count. It did 95 million in 3 days, which is absolutely nothing to sneeze at. But again, they dropped apparently $80 million at least to market this movie.
Oh, I guarantee you it was more than that.
Yeah, there's probably some stuff, some creative accounting at Disney. They probably pushed the books around a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, they say if the budget was 250 million, you double that to, then that's, for break even. That's like 500 million. Now, marketing and stuff we'll say 600 for argument's sake.
Yeah.
They'd have to do 700, 750 to even be considered a success remotely. And then, of course, they're going for the $1 billion mark, which I don't know if they're going to hit that. Next weekend's going to tell, which I talked about this last time. But, again, this is not any, opinion on the movie one way or another. People have said that it's really good. I heard people say it's not good. I think people are going to listen to their friends, and that could, that could see what we see next weekend. They listen to their friends or not, and whether their friends told them it was good or bad.
Now, here's the thing, too, about, these Disney movies and just how kind of disposable they are, though, too. What's so weird about it is, these movies make a bunch of money and then everybody forgets they exist.
I'm just glad when it's over so I don't have to talk about it anymore. I'm sorry. This is down here at the bottom. Driving optimism is a pent-up demand for a female-driven tentpole with generational appeal. Yeah, no one said that ever. Hot damn, I can't wait for the female-driven tentpole. I'm like, nobody asked for that. I mean, there's jokes in there about poles and female-driven, but that's another story. I'm just saying, we had a market with Captain Marvel and Alita at the same time. They're both female-driven wins.
Yes.
The media pitted them against each other and made it a battle. I'm like...
Yep. So it's interesting. You did the video yesterday.
Yeah, but basically it was just talking about numbers up to yesterday.
Yeah, and they said that, and this is Variety, and they flat out said that, it has a production budget of $250 million. It will need to keep appealing to crowds over the next few weeks to even turn a profit.
That's what I'm saying. It's going to have to hit probably, they said double that. 500, I'm saying because the marketing was so ridiculous on it, I'm saying at least 650 just to break even.
Wow. Yeah, I mean, it could. And look, I've been saying in multiple videos, and people are going to say we said things we didn't actually say, but I have said in multiple videos in regards to this movie that I'm not even going to give a box office prediction for it because I don't know. These Disney live action movies are objectively, most of them are terrible, but they still make a lot of money, which is why they keep making more.
Well, I think it's funny because they're going to be like, no matter what, it was going to be listed as a win. You kept joking about that. It doesn't matter what it does.
Oh, yeah.
It's going to be the biggest, bestest win ever. And it's like, if you look at it this way, and from this angle, it's a win. But if you look at it with the global box office combined, it's not so much.
No. So, I mean, it is what it is, right? It'll get dumped on the Disney Plus probably in a month or two anyway. And, but, I thought it was kind of funny. I was going to bring this up.
Oh, I was going to mention this too, yeah.
Yeah. So,
this is funny.
So this is, now they're eating each other. It's kind of funny. It always happens. And I was hoping this would happen. I actually was hoping this I floated out there a couple months ago, being a fan of Disney animation, that, hey, guys, Ursula was based on a drag queen. Did you know that? Nobody else was
everybody's telling us that. Did you know? And it's like...
Nobody else was talking about it.
That's like the Rotten Tomatoes thing. Did you know that the guy that works for Rotten Tomatoes, the CEO, used to work for Disney? It's like, don't say. You don't say.
So I put that out there because I'm like, hey... Disney, you're trying to be all progressive and everything. But you cast a cis white woman to play a character that probably should be a drag queen, because Ursula was based on Divine, and had Divine lived and not died, he probably would have played the role himself. But they got a woman that had a huskier voice, you know, and
she sounds like a fat woman. I'm sorry.
She was pleasantly plump. R.I.P. Anyway, yeah. So now they weren't really going after Melissa McCarthy, because it was already a done deal. Plus, she was in Ghostbusters 2016, right? So she's kind of protected there. But now they're going after the makeup artist. Yeah, apparently the makeup artist for Ursula is not queer. So because the makeup artist is a dude that's not queer, he can't do good Ursula makeup because he doesn't know how to do drag makeup.
Right, because of drag makeup.
Yeah.
But it talks about he's just one step away from being a drag queen himself. It was funny. This is what the person said. But everybody's making fun of it.
Yeah.
Said, I find it very offensive. Why can't I do as good a job as a queer makeup artist? That's ridiculous. That's trying to claim it, and that's fine. But that's what they want to do. But don't put people down because they're not what they want it to be. So basically, because this person isn't queer, they're mad.
Yeah.
He made a comment too. We discussed talk about Melissa McCarthy. We discussed everything. I mean, we both laughed about how much we love drag queens and drag makeup and stuff.
Yeah, but they were nitpicking everything. They're like, her hair. That's not, drag queen wouldn't have done that. She wore a wig. It was actually her hair. I'm like, oh my God, this is great. I loved it. I love seeing this.
Well, you know what's funny to me? What's funny to me is I'm on these Disney boards. Every time someone says, you know, about Ariel with the red hair being the real one, people are like, what does a fictional character mean? And put this definition of fictional character. Meanwhile, the same people have a shit fit about Ursula. What does a fictional character mean? She's not real.
She's not real. But yeah, so they said, well, Ursula is not based on Divine. His version of Ursula is not based on Divine like the original animated version, which is true because Divine was huge when they were working on Little Mermaid and Hairspray had come out, and you can tell right down to the mole. I mean, it was obviously Divine. And like I said, had he not died, I think, you know, he might have gotten a role because he did sing too. You know, and he was actually a pretty talented guy. But anyway. There we go, guys. So this one's going to get forgotten in like 6 months. I mean, they all do. Like, I'm going through like, oh yeah, there was a live action Aladdin. Oh crap, I forgot about The Lion King. That was a thing too.
Most people just, yeah, but it happens and you forget about it a couple months later. That's how memorable these things are. Again, we haven't seen it.
I don't care.
I probably will have seen it with Pinky Boo at some point.
Yeah, you said she wanted to actually
She wanted to see it. But our problem is we would have seen it if we had had time to go see it. I would have already done it this weekend, but we didn't have time.
You're not allowed to talk about the numbers because you didn't see it.
Yeah, because numbers, whether I saw it or not.
It doesn't matter.
And then the people in the comments like, you're just hating on this movie. It's like, we have said nothing bad about it. In this video, we were like, it could be good, it could be bad. Didn't see it. I've heard both sides. I'm just talking about the numbers. Oh,
objectively, I'm going to tell you, without seeing it, the live-action Disney movies I have seen and the clips I have seen of this movie look like dog shit. That is my personal opinion. It looks like shit compared to the original, but, you know.
You're not allowed to say that, because if you do, you're a horrible person.
No, it looks like shit.
I know what I'm saying. That's
reviewers, I have seen clips. I saw The Under the Sea. I saw Sebastian sing Dear Jesus. There's not enough eye bleach for that. Like I don't care. I mean, this is like completely aside from the race swapping thing. I don't care about that. I'm just talking about the movie in general. It doesn't matter if it was a white girl. It looks like dog shit. It did not need to be made, but Disney needs quick cash desperately. So congratulations, the house of ideas that Bob Iger's like, we've got so much creativity in our company.
They don't. Anyway.
They do not.
Well, no, that's not true. They probably do have a lot of creativity, but they're not allowed to do their job.
Oh, I was going to say they're very creative when it comes to messing with the books.
Oh, yeah. But I meant like the actual creators in the company.
No.
I think there is creativity there that is not allowed to use it.
That's okay. They'll go someplace else.
Yeah, and then they'll be allowed to set your imagination free.
Set your imagination free. Okay, we're going to wrap it up.
Yes.
Please subscribe for more pop culture news, views, and rants, guys. We'll talk later.
Bye. Sorry, I yelled loudly.
That's okay. I got the limiter on.
Okay. So
you can tell my kick
setting.
Yeah, you can tell.
Really, it automatically limits it when I yell.
It does when the pitch gets too high. It does. Sometimes if you sound like all robotic, it's because it's bringing the decibels down.
Okay.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Help support the channel. Go to thereef.support and get early access to podcasts, videos, and other content. That's thereef.support.